back. And we've got a incomplete pass, or maybe I think they ruled it a catch.
That'd be tough. He never had possessions.
No, I think they're having a conversation over that. So we'll try to do a quick catch up for you here. So if we try to get the So, okay. Let me try to put it all together here. We've been trying to work on getting the live stream back up. On the last possession, help me out here. Alexander Dale fumbled close to the goal line, right?
Basically on the goal line.
Taft recovered. Whitney Young stopped Taft and forced a punt that was a shank. Then the Dolphins were able to drive the ball down. Actually, was there a fumble on the shank? Because Anthony had a nice return, right? So Anthony had a nice return.
He had a nice return.
Fumble. And then the Dolphins were able to drive. There was a pass that looked like it was not under the possession of Joseph Clayton, way off on the right-hand side, but the referees called it a catch and a fumble and a touchback. So 0-0, 6:33 left here in the first half. Dolphins have been knocking on the door against Taft. There's Abad keeping it and getting it out to a first down close to the 30-yard line. So the trend of the season continues in that the Dolphins had two possessions where they were inside the 2-yard line. Well, actually, where were we on that last possession? We were close to the goal line, so inside
we were
the
inside
10.
The 5.
Yeah, inside the 5 and have come up empty. The upside is we've been playing in Dolphins territory this entire game. Dolphins defense has been holding up strong against what could be a pretty tough and punishing Taft running game. So there's an inside, and that's a great tackle right off the bat. Alexander Dale doing it all over the place. So he brought down the running back. I think that was Padilla. Brought down Padilla right in the backfield. So brings up a second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. I certainly hope we're able to stay live on the live stream now. I apologize. I think we're battling some weather and some other things here. The stream keeps going down. But second down and 10 from the 30. Blitz coming up the middle from Dale. Baba, Nefa, Simi, Opadele. Should have had a sack, but the referee let it play out, and Abad was able to get rid of the ball, but brings up third down, brings up 3rd and 10. So great pressure. And again, I think the different look that Coach Finger talked about, those 3 down linemen and then some blitzing linebackers that are coming from some unexpected gaps, have Taft on their heels a bit right now.
I've got to tell you, the last 2 plays, Opadele has been causing fits for the right side of that Taft offensive line.
Yeah, so Opadele moved out to a DN spot. Jason Perez at the nose right now, and Barry Gordon at the other DN spot. So Abad rolls to his right. He's looking. So he had Tanchev out there, but I'll tell you, these Taft receivers, and I apologize if there are Taft fans out there, the film I've watched on these guys, lots of drops from that wide receiver core right now. And so they do it again. It brings up 4th down, 4th and 10, so the punt unit comes out for the 3rd time for Taft, so that Dolphins defense has been playing well. And again, Hood and Duhan deep, so they're at the Taft 35-yard line. Again, low snap, gets blocked by Tyson Hayes.
Goes out at the 15.
So it was a low snap. Tyson Hayes shooting through there. Might have had somebody else with a hand in there, but I think that was Tyson Hayes and maybe Barry Gordon on that side that came through for the block. So again, Dolphins back deep in Taft territory. As we said at the open, and we lost you right off the bat, but ploy by Coach Finger here, putting Alexander Dale, his senior tight end, in at quarterback to give a little more thump in that backfield. He's got Joseph Clayton directly behind him. First down. Hand off to Joseph. Joseph gets a nice block. Still on his feet. Still fighting. Out of bounds, close to the first down marker. I'm not sure who had that block on the side. One of the wide receivers, a great seal block and great vision by Clayton to see that hole. Gets out to about inside the 10-yard line. So I think it's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
He told me a few weeks ago that one of his coaches told him that he runs like a naughty toddler.
So let's see if that naughty toddler can sneak his way into the end zone here. So Duhan in the slot to the left, along with Joseph Gray wide left. Dale barking signals. Dale hands off to Clayton. Clayton saw some daylight in there, picked up the first down. So 1st and goal. 3rd time Dolphins have been knocking on the door here. Let's see if they can finish some things out. So 2nd quarter, 4:03 left. 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line. Dale lined up in the shotgun, Clayton behind him. Looks like actually Maxwell Warner in that H-back tight end spot. Low snap. Clayton does what he can to corral it back at the 15-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd down and long. 2nd and goal. So sorry about that. 2nd and goal from the 15. So a low snap.
Starting to rain a little bit heavier. I'm wondering if that played a role in that.
Yeah, probably. So 2nd down. We've been here before. I know Dolphin Nation out there, you're rejoining. I appreciate that. Hopefully the live stream is still up. So Dale at quarterback, Clayton to his left. 4 receiver set. Dale with a keeper up the middle, and he gets tackled by number 76 of Taft, Michael Barretto. I was thinking Barretto was number 72. He's number 76, so that's Barretto on the tackle. Minimal gain on that.
There was a penalty, chop block.
Chop block.
On Baba.
Yeah, they gave. I guess Coach Finger asked for the number, so they provided that, and we provided it to you. So chop block is going to take that ball back a bit further. So 2nd down and goal from the 20. Jacob Mraz. I think it's Jacob at that tight end spot, so he's in motion. Let's see if it's Jacob or. So again, a low snap. Dale corrals it and is tackled for not much of a gain. So it brings up 3rd down, and Taft will take a timeout. So timeout, Taft.
1:56 left in the half.
Timeout, Taft. Dolphins trying to get something out of it here. Probably where they are right now, outside of field goal range. So we're going to say we're in 4-down territory here. So we've had an exciting first half here. Exciting first half that we've been able to see. I apologize that not everybody out there has been able to see it. We've got the rain coming down here again. It seems like when we have that starting up, sometimes we lose the live stream here. So we'll try to keep an eye on it, and if we see it go down, we'll do our best to get things back up again. I see that some people have found us. We had to restart the stream, so we lost a bunch of you there. Hopefully you're finding it. If you have some friends that aren't finding it, just have them Google the Whitney Young Dolphin football on YouTube. So Dale at quarterback, third down from the 24. Clayton immediately gobbled up by the defensive line of Taft. So Taft takes their second timeout. They're looking to try to get the ball back here and do something at the end of the first half. So again, 0-0, 1:48 left in the first half. We've got the Dolphin faithful are out here. I think the umbrellas are coming out. We might have to think about the same in a little while here. Actually, I might do that right now just to make sure we get most of this live stream stuff underneath some cover here.
Might have to reclaim my cube.
Yeah, exactly. You should. So let's see. Umbrellas going up. Let's try that, Jane. How about that? Are you cold? You're doing your best. So Jane, who came in directly from the airport to do her camera woman duties. So fourth down. Dolphins need to get to the end zone here. So Dale back to pass, gets protection, throws it deep. Anthony Hood, incomplete. So
double covered.
Double coverage, and it fell in between all three of those guys. And Taft will take over after the 4 and out for the Dolphins. So I hate to say it, but that was now the third time that the Dolphins have been inside the Taft 5-yard line and have come away empty. So that's the bad news. The good news is that they've played the entire first half in Dolphin territory. And we've got a scoreless game right now against a tough Taft team. So 1:41 left in the first half. Nick Dale at nose. Barry Gordon, Baba Nefesimi Opedele on the D line. Abad, the quarterback for Taft. He gets the he keeps it. Keeper up the middle. He's got some room to run. Finally tackled by Anthony Hood and a few of his friends on that Dolphin defense. So the clock runs here, 1:30 left. At least we have a clock that we can reference as opposed to that Westinghouse game last week. So clock is running. Taft with the ball at the Dolphin 40-yard line. Abad's got 3 receivers and a running back to his left, 1 receiver to his right. He flips it out to Tanchev over there. Great tackle on the edge by Tyson Hayes. So
Hayes has been having a huge game.
Yep, Hayes just keeps getting better every single week. So he had that punt block earlier. I do not know if we were on air for that or not, but Tyson Hayes with the punt block earlier, and now a really nice tackle. So brings up 2nd and 14. Abad back, has his receiver. He's held in bounds, so it'll bring up a 3rd down at about the 47-yard line. We'll see if Taft will spend their final timeout. I think they have 1 left, but they're getting back up to the line. So 3rd down and 4. Abad looks to his right. He's got no one. He's got Baba Nefesimi, who got held on the backside. So I don't know if it was Baba who got held or Nick Dale, who was also applying some pressure, but a flag down at the 42-yard line, and that is the holding call against Taft. So that's going to back them up way behind the chains for a 3rd down play here with 14 seconds left in the first half. Jason Perez checking in for Nick Dale. Nick Dale hustling off. Good job there, Nick. So brings up 3rd and I always say something in the 17 range, 18.
That looks about right.
But 3rd and long. Rain coming down. Maybe the wind is eased up a little bit.
The flags are still, basically. It's just a slight breeze.
Abad at quarterback. So Taft takes their 3rd and final timeout. I don't even want to take down the umbrella to throw that timeout in there, but I'll do it just because I know you all appreciate it. And Jane doing the work on the clock. So they're going to reset that clock. It's showing zeros, but the
indication from the field is 3 seconds.
Okay, so so I'll say this: last week, 3 seconds left on the clock. Last week against Clark, the Taft
Westinghouse.
Against Taft. Or Taft against Clark last week. Taft threw a Hail Mary at the end of the first half for a touchdown. So Abad threw about a 55-yard pass to Tanchef, I believe, in the end zone now he's got to go about 70 yards on this, so I'm not sure he's got the arm to get there, but probably looking at something a little shorter and seeing if they can get some things moving. So that pass incomplete, out of bounds, and that ends the first half. So we've got a 0-0 tie here.
Hey, Mark, can you do me a favor and ask Janae for my
I
cue?
think that we're still on air. I'm going to check in here to make sure. Hope some of you found us. Yeah, looks like we're on air, barely. Looks like, sorry. I'll let you, you hold that. You're going to let Jane hold the umbrella, some rain gear, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what's going on in Whitney Young football land. And also give a shout out to Scoreless Finer Food, our sponsor for the year. Scoreless providing sandwiches for the team and also providing an opportunity for you to get some in-town catering or out-of-town Italian beef. Make sure you hit up Scoreless.com, ScorellisFinerFood.com to check that out. So let me take a look. I've got a bunch of things to talk about from the land of Whitney Young. So first off, JV football took a week off last week, but they're going to be back in action this Monday. So if you are a family member of a JV player, you'll be able to hear about what they do next week. So they either have Kenwood or schedule. I'm putting up an umbrella here, so I had to put down my notes just for a second. So yeah, we've other things I want to mention are the Dolphins. They continue rolling. They're 20-7 now overall. So the seniors on that team, Leah Kennedy, Sammy Yee, Jordan Rogers, who leads the team in kills, Sydney Pine, over 1,500 assists. It chills, man. It was so good. And it was cool, too, because they started and they hit the music, and she's like, no music.
Acapella.
And she just rocked it a cappella. Really, really cool. So volleyball keeps rolling along, doing really well. Whitney Young girls tennis. So some good news to report there. Bella Mendez, city champion, her 3rd straight city title. And she's only a junior, so she's got a chance to do the
clean sweep
during her high school career. So, and listen to these scores. She rolled through the city championship quarters, 6-0, 6-0, semis, 6-0, 6-1, finals, 6-0, 6-1.
I think we have some celebrities in our midst making their way to
Do we have celebrities coming up here? We do have celebrities. All right, so I'm going to put this stuff aside because Tony, can you throw your headset to these guys? At times I'll reference last year, and I'll see you and Skotanis. And one of the things that amazes me, and sometimes I have to remember too, because in high school football, the rushing yardage, when you get sacked, it comes off of your totals. Right. And so your totals last year, I don't know, you had where you were faking out.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of games, and it's just tough to see, Like, they got some good talent out there, some good coaching, but they just haven't really been able to really get on the same page and ever finish a game. Well, it seems to.
Yeah, and Coach Finger has said that. It's like Westinghouse, it's one play, you got to win there. Clark, it's one play, we got to win there. Hey, tell us more about Indiana. So you're doing some work with the football team?
Yeah, it's nice. I've been working as a recruiting intern for the Indiana football team, and so like we go through kind of like all the recruits who we're looking at for the next couple of years and help when we bring kids on visits and stuff.
All right. You got anybody you're scouting tonight?
Hey, 3 out there. 3 in blue. That's my guy.
3 in blue. Anthony Hood. He's been your guy. He's looked good tonight, and Anthony Hood can bring it on both sides of the ball.
Oh yeah.
He's and that's like last year, second team city on the defensive side, and that's one of the things that I think has hurt us this year is that after Jolich got injured, Anthony moved back to one of the safety positions. And he's just so good at a corner. He just shut down great the last few weeks. And I think with him and Anthony on the corners, both from a pass defense perspective, but also the run support that they can provide has been pretty solid.
Exactly.
So what else is going on? Like Indiana, I mean, I'm sure that all you're doing is studying and working with the football team, and there's nothing else going on, right?
We just had our midterms, still studying, just homework every night, go to the library.
Yeah, there's a rumor that last week you sent me a text about maybe joining the live stream, and I talked to your dad earlier this week, and he's like, hey, what did that text message look like? And I'm like, no, I think it looked fine. He's like, well, just so you know, that was right after Pat and Josh shotgun a beer in the parking lot.
Yeah, I had to make sure it was working. Hey, I'm not sure. Mr. McHale, I'm not sure. He's questionable. You got to make sure you got good sources. So
yeah, well that's true.
I
mean that guy is he's a little bit sketchy. Who else do we have here? We got Josh. Come on over. So hand
I'll pass this
Josh.
over.
Yep. So Josh Wildermuth also with us. So Josh, your dad has become a little bit of a celebrity with his live stream work, especially his work on the camera.
That's right. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I think you were maybe giving us some comments that night. Now, I can't say much of anything because we've had Jane's getting us on air. So Patrick McHale over here, Josh Wildermuth. So we talked about some of the experiences last year. So, Josh, you stepped in last year. Was it your first year playing football?
I played junior year. I didn't see the field too much.
Okay, and junior was COVID year. So you guys had three games. So last year you stepped in, played corner, played wide receiver all year. Tell us a little bit what football meant to you, what that was like in your senior year.
It meant so much. Like, just being able to join, like, a community like that, like, it was really cool for me. Because I was never really on a team throughout high school until I joined junior year. And, it was really cool to just be involved, to get thrown in right away, and be part of a winning team. So it was super fun.
And you had some memorable moments out there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, some big time on the defensive side, some big time tackles. I think the other thing too that in watching the team this year, and the defense last year, and some of that was what you guys brought up front. And we talk a lot about, hey, we're young right now. It's like Alex is really the only senior getting a lot of playing time. But then you also think about the guys that graduated, Tommy Basarios and the Neil Rockies and the Malik Amoses, and on both sides of the ball, and especially defense, what they could bring. And it wasn't like it was a ton of sacks that were going on, but if you watched how we played the run all year, it was solid. And then you had that second level, the leading tacklers who are back this year, in Squishy and Q-Tip, Alexander Dale and Joseph Clayton. But then you guys on the backside, you never got beat deep, right? I mean, other than maybe Elsie. Maybe we got beat once or twice by Elsie. But, I mean, he's also a guy that's a top 200 recruit in the nation. So what else? What's going on? You guys back for a little fall break?
That's right, yeah. I'm here today, tomorrow, then leaving Sunday morning.
All right.
Kelly Wildermuth squeezed 6 of us IU boys into the car.
Oh yeah, all right.
IU Whitney Young boys.
And that's what I've learned with the Wildermuth family. They're up for just about anything, So I've gotten to know your brother Jacob a little bit this year. He's in the carpool, and he's always got something witty to say. So it's been a lot of fun. So what else? So you guys, what are you majoring in at Indiana?
I'm majoring in marketing.
Okay. And so how's that going? Pat said he's just been studying like crazy and he's got nothing else. Like other than studying, he's spending time at the library and maybe nothing else going on.
You know, it's been beer 30 a couple times.
It has been.
But, I mean, it has been a lot of studying. You know, I have been really focused on getting my grades.
Well, and let's talk a little bit about that too, because and I just, we didn't prepare this interview here, but so my daughter went to Jones, another selective enrollment school, and she's at Miami of Ohio. What's it been like for you guys, and how do you think it compares how you were prepared to go into college from Whitney Young versus some of the other people that you're seeing at Indiana? Do you, and it's not to be a loaded question, do you think that you're prepared on track? Do you look at some of the other people and see them struggling a little bit?
Yeah, I think I definitely do, especially my gen eds. Like, so at Indiana at least, like the business school is super strong, and then in the business school, like I'll be at the same level as the other kids in my class, but in the gen eds, like there's some. I don't want to say anything too negative, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll spin it to positive. And that's like last week, Whitney Young ranked in the top 10, number 10 public school in the country. And you throw a few of the other Chicago schools in there, Peyton, Northside are in there as well. And I do think that kids are just really, really well prepared coming out because you see the tests, you get the experience, you have the competition in the classroom. And I think that's something too. It's as a parent of a guy on the team, they get home every night. You get home at 8 o'clock. It's eating dinner, and then it's homework. And sometimes that homework, you're still grinding at midnight, 1 in the morning. Yeah. And that could be last night, and you've got a game tonight. So it's a big thing. A student athlete, both those are part of that equation. And happy to have both of you guys back. You represent that student athlete part. Definitely enjoyed everything that you guys brought to Whitney Young last year. Such a great run. I mean, maybe before we close out here, give me each of you guys. Pat, you got a second to think about it. Josh, what's your most memorable moment from last year?
Ooh, I would have to say my touchdown in the Lincoln Park game. I mean, that was great. That was great. Just like seeing everybody like come running to me, like. Yeah,
and I think that to me also in watching that. That's because you had a ton of guys pulling for you on the team, knowing you were putting in the dirty work on the defensive side, on the offensive side. So, yeah, I like that. I like that answer a lot, and I remember it as well. Hand that headset over to Pat McHale. Pat, I don't have to limit you to one if you want one, but I mean, you were on the field for every single snap last year. So
okay, I think I go for two. I got two. So first is when we beat Lane last year, and I mean that's just self-explanatory. Like just full stadium, really built-up game, and we didn't play our best game. Like there are sometimes I didn't think we were gonna win, but just being able to like kind of fight through it and just face adversity and take it head on, and then come out with the win is just it was a huge win for us.
Go back on that, and it's. And we didn't play our best game, right? So there were some turnovers in the first half. Pick 6 by Alex was huge. Nando's field goal was huge. But then we blocked their extra point, and we blocked a field goal. And like that last drive, again, big-time first downs that Patrick McHale was putting on the field. So, and your second one?
And then I think just in the last game, in the Simeon game, when I had my sack right at the end of the game, just kind of that just put like a exclamation point on like my whole high school career, because like I mean that's the end, like that was our last game, and just kind of being able to like go out on that high note, even though we lost the game, it was just really like it was like a lot of like closure and being able to do it with all my boys. It was great.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks a lot
thanks for having us.
For joining us. Anytime, you're welcome anytime to jump in on the live stream. It's ideal conditions, not quite Willowbrook conditions here, but if maybe we were out at Rockney, it would probably feel a little bit like that.
Exactly. So. All right. Here, I'll give this back to you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
yep. Great to see you. All right. So that was kind of fun. We got Patrick McHale and Josh Wildermuth stopping by. Great to catch up with those guys. And again, if you're Whitney Young fans, you have seen those guys last year perform just amazing talent, but also the the perseverance and grit. So Pat talked a little bit about that. We're going to get ready to go here. So I had some other notes. We talked about girls tennis. Girls cross country had 2 top 3 finishers at the Loyola Academy Flight Night. So that was great. Boys hoops announced some scheduling December 2nd and 3rd. Credit Union Arena gets the season started. And I think what we'll also see this weekend is I think both Dale and Dale and Skylar Jones, standout boys and girls basketball players at Whitney Young, are going to announce their college selections. So I know that Dalen is down to Tulane and Princeton on his list, and I think Skylar has Syracuse, Missouri, Mississippi State, Illinois, and Rutgers on her list. So
don't think you can go wrong with any of those.
no, not at all. So Pat McHale alluded to it. It was a bit of like a soccer match there, right? We come out 0-0. Dolphins really controlled that first half defensively, right? And so we talked a lot about Padilla and Carrera and Abad as the running attack for Taft, and they really weren't able to get that untracked very much. Defense, again, a different look. Dolphins put in that 3-man front, had some good pressure from Opadele. Had, of course, Alexander Dale and Joseph Clayton doing what they do on the inside of that defense, but also nice play by Maxwell Warner and Anthony Hood as well on the corners, and, of course, Quinn Duhan. Duhan's always around the ball. So solid defensive performance so far for the Dolphins. We got 0-0 here. Dolphins will receive the kick in the second half.
Fastly deteriorating weather conditions.
Yeah, it definitely is. So what I'll tell everybody out there, because I can't actually I can't see my computer because it's in a garbage bag right now, trying to protect it from the rain. So I'm going to put my ringer on. If everybody out there, not everybody, I think I have enough people that know my number. I'm not going to necessarily give it out, but feel free to call me if we go down again, and I will try to get us back on air as quickly as possible, because we want to bring you this second half Dolphins versus Taft matchup. See Coach Finger fired up, giving his guys instructions right now, and I'm sure what he's talking about is finish. Finish. It's last week against Westinghouse. I think maybe after Joseph Clayton's big rushing touchdown, we might have clicked on the cruise control a little too early in that game, and Askaya Bully and his active feet and arm was able to get the Westinghouse Warriors back in that game and win within the last minute. So I'm sure Coach Finger is talking to his Whitney Young Dolphins team, his young Dolphins team. So again, Alexander Dale, Jacob Mraz as seniors on this team. The rest, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen out there. Back deep to receive the opening kickoff is one of those sophomores, Quinn Duhan. So I think I mentioned it last week. It just amazing the number of plays that Duhan has been in. Oh yeah, yep. So I'm holding a couple umbrellas here, so I'm just gonna make up stuff in the second half. That ball goes out. Duhan grabs it, cutting back to his left. He's got some daylight. He's still on his feet. Duhan pushing to the 35-yard line, across the 35-yard line. So really nice job by Duhan. Took that ball probably back at about his 5-yard line, so a 30-yard return for Duhan, getting north and south and picking up some of his blockers over on the left-hand side. So Alexander Dale stays in at QB. Again, Dolphins have been able to move the ball a bit, and I think it's all been on the ground so far, right? I'm not sure we have a completed pass unless it was like a forward shovel pass, but the Dale-Clayton combination in the backfield has kept, and I just needed to say it, incomplete pass outside to Duhan. So, yeah, and this is a game where, again, we thought Bennett Newman has been at quarterback all year. This is probably a game where Finger, understanding the weather conditions here, was very windy early. Now not quite as much wind, but with the rain coming down, not a game that we're necessarily going to be throwing the ball much. And, I think, talk about mention that Willowbrook's game last year. If anybody was in attendance or watching on that was an absolute monsoon. And what Willowbrooks did, well, they were a big passing offense coming into that game. They scrapped that entire thing and then just went to running offense. And it's a bit what the Dolphins are doing right now. So Dale on the keeper, and he gets out to the 40-yard line. So Alexander Dale able to push a 5-yard gain there on second down, so brings up 3rd and 5.
That was sheer will.
Yeah, and again, it's given some looks. So the Dolphins brought Duhan across, and with Clayton in the backfield, also a threat to run, we're able to get some looks, get some eyeballs looking to the outside from the Taft defense, and they were able to shove, get a good push up the middle by Dale. And you do see actually I think the adjustment on the Taft side of things. They've got Krupa now playing a D tackle spot. I think a lot of times he's out on the edge, but he's in a D tackle spot. There's a completed pass. So Alexander Dale gets it out. I think a first down catch. That was Anthony Hood, right?
That was
Hood or Duhan?
That was Duhan.
Okay.
That was Duhan for the
catch.
first down. They move the chains.
So a nice job there. And so we're talking a lot about where the Taft is also looking a lot for the run. So and Dale did have some nice looking balls he threw in the first half that he actually overthrew guys and almost hit Anthony Hood on a 4th and long play in the corner of the end zone. So Dale in the backfield, you got Maxwell Warner getting some time at that tight end. There's a pass out to the side.
Excellent block.
And Clayton picks up another 6 yards across the 50-yard line.
Baba Nifasimi Opadeli with just an excellent block to spring that open.
Opadeli from his guard position on the left-hand side. So maybe not anything on the style points, but it's all about the result that matters. And so Dale was able to flip that over to Clayton, and that's where they've been able to get some – they used that play early in the game as well. Similar type play where they pitch it to the side and get Clayton to be able to attack the edges from there. So 2nd and 6 from the 50. Duhan in motion. Trips to the right for Dale. Dale keeps it himself. Krupa's hanging on to him, but Dale is still able to pick up 2 or 3 yards right up the middle. So they're just Dolphins not hesitating to attack the teeth of that Taft defense with Barreto and Krupa, the all-state wrestler and a future D1 offensive lineman for Taft. So brings up 3rd and 3 from the 47-yard line, from the Taft 47. So Dolphins again operating in Taft territory. Nick Dale at center, going to deliver the ball to his brother Alex. Dale looking to pass, pulls it in, tackled, and I believe the ball is out. And Taft has recovered. So definitely rain coming down, slick here. Dale got hit from behind, and the ball ended up on the turf. So Taft will take over at their 48-yard line.
That's a tough one. He came over the top and nice strip tackle.
Yep, so let me try to get some names and numbers out there so we know. Looks like now the Dolphin defense is switching back up, so they're going to that 4-man front. Opadeli still at his DM spot, but I think Perez, Nick Dale, and Barry Gordon Barad with the handoff to Padilla, and a great tackle. Is that Tyson Hayes again?
No, that is Alexander Dale.
Alexander Dale. So nice job by Dale bringing down Padilla after a short run. So ball just resting across the 50-yard line. Abad, the quarterback for Taft. Padilla to his right. He's got 4 receivers set. Abad back to pass. Rifles it over. Short hops it to his receiver. Oh, sorry. I can't hear you. What do you want to do? Oh, yeah. Well, no, we're good here. Okay, so, all right. So 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
Opadelli moved inside.
So trying to give some different looks. Abad's going to pick up a 1st down. Alexander Dale meets him, tackles him inside the 40-yard line. So a big 3rd down pickup. Abad able to use his feet on that to get outside and get the 1st down for Taft.
I don't know. We might have a case here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Scott is referring to the defensive lineman right now, and the 3-down lineman was working well in the first half. Dolphins rolling out a little bit of a different look here. So Abad, quarterback, fullback next to him, handoff to Padilla. Padilla was able to shake some tacklers. Padilla tackled out of bounds inside the 10. So Padilla was able to, and Taft is going to run. He's going to hurry, keep the pedal on the metal here. So you got Abad, number 2, the quarterback. They're getting the chains reset down there. So it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 5. There's Padilla again. He slips down. Hood made the initial pursuit, and Padilla slipped down at about the 7-yard line. So brings up 2nd and 7. No score here. 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Taft again with that big offensive line. Krupa, the tackle, number 77 on the left-hand side. We'll see if they elect to run behind him. Abad keeps it, rolling to his right. Opadelli had some good pressure and ushered out of bounds by Duhan. So Duhan did a nice job closing from his safety position to bring up 3rd down. So we'll see if the Dolphin defense can make a stand here. And again, the rain is maybe easing up a little bit, but definitely coming down here. So tough conditions on the field. Third and goal from the 4. Abad at quarterback. Padilla behind him. Handoff to Padilla. Padilla picking his way and into the end zone for a touchdown. So Taft gets on the board here. 4:55 left in the 3rd quarter. Jane, I'm going to let you hold this for a second so I can change the I'm going to change the score if I can find the computer under. Ooh, it's getting kind of wet in there. So Taft put together a drive. I'm actually not going to touch the scoreboard there because I think if I do it, I'm worried about losing the live stream. So Taft on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. So Taft goes up 7-0 here with 4:55 left in the 3rd quarter. So Dolphins had the opening kickoff, had some things going, a fumble on a strip sack of Alexander Dale, gave the ball over to Taft around the 50-yard line. Padilla sprung a big run, and then 3 plays later was able to put it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Let's go, Quinn. Take one back. Take one back. Scoot up a little bit. He can't kick it that far in this range.
Maybe we can get an advantage here. The rain is letting up a little bit. Maybe go to the air. Looks like we got Duhan and Warner deep for the kickoff. The kick is away. It's a squib kick. Still bouncing. Duhan falls on it at the 22.
For my live stream friends out there, could somebody send me a text and let me know if we're on air or not? I can't really tell on my side right now given the weather conditions. So if somebody in the Newman family can shoot me a quick text and let me know if we're on air, I'll keep rolling here. If we're down, well, I guess I'm just talking to Scott and I are talking to each other. So ball at the 21-yard line. Dale stays in at quarterback. Duhan, inside handoff to Clayton. Clayton stacked up by the middle of the Taft line and one of their linebackers. Okay, thanks, Kimberly Carter. Somebody out there listening. So we're on air. I can't tell that we're on air, so maybe periodically keep telling us if we are or not. I can't see anything anymore on the screen. So good to know. Dolphins down 7-0 here. About 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Dale at quarterback, Clayton at running back, Hood wide to the left. Dale, that was an inside handoff to Clayton. Clayton picks up 1 or 2, so gets it to the Taft 28-yard line, so about a 3rd and 6. Last drive, they were able to convert about this distance with a throw from Dale to Duhan. So the Dolphins have been able to move it, haven't been able to finish yet. So let's see if this drive can get going again. The rain is still coming down, maybe has let up just a little bit here, which is helpful. But the ball still feels still slick. So Dale rolling to his right. He's got a guy open and a great catch. Quinn Duhan. Q-Do, what do you say? So
good hands on that one.
Yep, great hands with a wet ball, wet field. And Dale was able, by rolling to his right, was able to keep that play alive and let it develop. And Duhan coming underneath, making the catch for a first down. So big 3rd down conversion by the Dolphins. Dale to Duhan. So Joseph Gray and Duhan to Dale's left, Clayton in the backfield. Handoff to Clayton. Oh, no, he fooled me. It was a quick throw out to Anthony Hood, but Hood is swallowed up immediately by the Taft Eagle defense. So even though Dale hasn't been working at quarterback, he still had a nice ball fake at least on that. Well, fake me out, didn't fake the Taft defense out, but again, that's why I'm up here.
Loss of 2 on that play.
Yep. So 2nd and 12 from the 37-yard line. 4 receivers in the game. Hood wide left. Duhan, Max Warner. Duhan in motion now. Dale with the keeper up the middle. And that's Barreto that was able to grab him before he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So, again, that middle of that Taft defensive line, Krupa number 77, Barreto number 76, are 2 of the better linemen. Krupa was ranked one of the top 10 linemen in the state on the offensive side of the ball, but clearly he brings it on the defensive side of the ball as well. Taft over the last 2 weeks has only given up 6 points, and the defense is throwing a shutout right now. Maybe more to the Dolphins, some turnovers that haven't helped themselves, but we'll see if we can bring up 3rd and 10. Dale back to pass. He's got some time. He threw it right in the hands of the defender, number 21, Jacob Wengelwa. Wengelwa also noted on film this week. I thought he was, I had to look back to see if he was on the team last year. He wasn't, but he was a soccer player. He definitely put some highlights up there. That won't be on his highlight tape. He had good coverage, dropped the sure interception. So now the Krupa just jumped off sides. So that'll give 5 yards to the Dolphins. I don't think that'll change their mind in kicking it here. Wind has died down. Now we're not seeing much of anything. So Dale back in punt formation. Ball resting at the Dolphin 44. I think Roman probably deep for Taft. Nice snap by Barrett. Nice kick by Dale. Comes off the side of his foot, but it's going to get a
great bounce.
Nice Dolphin roll. Going to roll dead at the 23-yard line where Quinn Duhan is there. So in the field position battle, something that
is that Max Warner?
It over, yeah, Max Warner. A little bit of an ankle thing, I think, coming to the side, or maybe a cramp. We'll have to see. We'll keep an eye on him. I mean, Max has been out there the entire game, so even though it's a little it's not hot out, a guy that getting a lot of playing time tonight, stepping in at that H-back spot for Alexander Dale, and also playing on the corner. So you see, and actually, you know what, we're wrong on that. We the zeros in the so it wasn't Warner, it's Jacob Miraz off to the side. So Warner's out at corner here. Ball on the ground. Abad was able to corral it, but same sort of thing, wet ball on this surface. The snap just sort of rolled back to him, and he was able to get back on top of it. But a loss of 4 on the play. We're winding down to the end of the third quarter here. 37 seconds left. Again, Taft up 7-0 right now. Dolphin defense switched back out of that 4-down lineman look back to the look that worked all first half with Opadelli, Nick Dale, Barry Gordon on those front 3 with those 4 linebackers. Roman in space. So nice job. We'll talk about Baba Nefasimi Opadelli shooting through there, taking out the ankle of Bara Abad.
Looking like the bowling ball he is.
Yep. Great play by Opadelli. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter. 7-0. I'm, again, just going to tell you guys what it is, because I'm not going to just try to dig through the morass that is my computer in the garbage bag right now. We'll just try to stay on air and try to get the Dolphins a fourth quarter comeback win here. So defense, again, has played well. We've called Opadelli's name a bunch. We've called Joseph Clayton's